mathematicians. Today we see nice problem asked in see here June 2014. It's a part C problem and it is about L2 spaces. So basically it is a space consists of complex sequences which are square summable. Square summable means summation n equal to 1 to infinity mod x and square is finite. Okay. So we look at such sequence we collect such sequences, we call it L2 space, and it is a non-linear space because you can define a norm like this. Since this is finite, you can just take the square root that will define a norm on this space. Okay, this is called L2 space. Now we look at a subset of L2. Okay, so S is subset of L2. What is it? It consists of set of all En such that n greater than or equal to 1. So ENs are like a standard basis. Like it will have 1 at the nth place and everywhere else it is 0. Okay. So basically I have given some example here. See, E1 is a sequence of zeros and ones. At the first place it will be 1, remaining everywhere else it is 0. Similarly, E2, second place it will have 1, remaining everywhere is 0. Okay, E3 is similarly defined. So basically, S is an infinite set, countably infinite set. For each natural number n, you have such a sequence where Ei has in the ith place 1, everywhere else it is 0. Okay, you have S is collection of such sequences. So we want to talk about whether it is closed, bounded, compact, or does it contain a convergent subsequence and so on. So before getting to the problem, first I would like to explain certain things about discrete subsets. Okay, so what is it? uh, so I'm sorry. So what is a discrete subset of a metric space? So uh, so we take m comma d a metric space and take a subset A subset of m. Then A is said to be discrete if uh, given A belongs to A, there exists epsilon greater than 0 such that you draw the ball with center at it is a open ball, center at A and of radius epsilon, and so we draw this ball in the metric space M, and if you intersect with the set A, you will get only just a singleton A. Okay, so the definition seems little complicated, but I'll give you example. So now uh, we consider real line. You just consider these 2 points 0, 1, 2. Okay, so my M is my metric space R and A contains only these 3 points. Okay, then we claim that this A is a discrete subset. Discrete means basically the points are separated, like one point is here, one point is there, and so on. Okay, now why it is a discrete? So to prove discrete, what we need to prove? We have to say whatever A belongs to A belongs to A you choose, you can find an epsilon such that the open ball center around A of radius epsilon should contains only the point A of the set A. So now if you take, for example, if you take the here you can draw this small neighborhood here. If you consider this open ball, then this contains only the singleton 0 of the set A, correct? Similarly, so there can be other points from R, but that we don't want. Inside this neighborhood, how many points of A are there? Okay, so only in this neighborhood, only point of A present here is only 0. Again here, if you draw this kind of open set, or this if you consider this neighborhood, what will you have? This neighborhood contains only this point. Okay, similarly this you can draw a neighborhood of radius half. 1 by 2, then that neighborhood contains only the center itself from the point. If you, there will be other points, but from A only the center will be there. So for example, here 1 or 2 is not there, here 0 or 2 are not there. Again, if you draw a neighborhood of a radius half, it will contain only 2 from this set. Okay. So that's why 0, 1, 2 is discrete. Now if you are asking for example of a non-discrete set, then what we can do, you consider again, you consider the set B equal to set of all 1 by n. I'm sorry, set of all 1 by n such that n belongs to n, then union singleton 0. Okay, so what is this set? So again you take 0, then this is my 1, this is 1 by 2, this is 1 by 3, and it's keep going. Okay, now if you consider this set, now this set is not a, this set is not a discrete set. B is not a discrete set because you consider this point 0. Sorry, so consider this point 0. Now whatever neighborhood you draw around 0, you can see other point of the set B will always present here. Okay, so basically there is no neighborhood of 0 which contains only 0. Okay, so there will be at least one more point of B will be in this neighborhood of 0. Okay, however small this neighborhood can be, because 1 by n converges to 0, you can always find a point 1 by n in any small neighborhood around 0. Therefore this set is not discrete because the structure of this set goes like this, then eventually everything goes close to 0, so it is not separated. Close to 0 they are not separated, but this set is separated. Here one point, here one point, here one point, therefore it is discrete. Okay, so one more example will be, again we can take integers 0, 1, 2, then this is a discrete set. Okay, so for example, here you can take this neighborhood, all those neighborhoods contains only that point of integers. Okay, so I hope you understand what is a discrete set. Discrete means basically points are separated. Okay, and one more thing is, there is a neighborhood. Inside the neighborhood only, uh, so now again I take m to be R, it is my full metric space. I take a to be set of integers. So given a integer, I can form a neighborhood. Inside this neighborhood, from this set only the center will be there. There is no other points of this set in this neighborhood. If that condition is satisfied, then we say that set is discrete. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of discrete set. And one thing you can understand, one thing you can observe is, if you take any for example, if you take a closed neighborhood, closed and bounded neighborhood, closed A comma B, how many discrete set you can form here? So basically if you draw points like this, you try to, so discrete means the points should be separated. So from each point, around each point, you can always find a small neighborhood such that that neighborhood doesn't contain any other point of the set. So you can always find a finite discrete subset only inside a compact set. Okay, that is one minor observation. Anyway, we will we can prove it. We will prove it actually. So we'll go back to the problem. I hope you understand what is a discrete set. So why we are interested in discrete set? Because the set given this problem is actually a discrete subset of the nonlinear space L2. That is why. Okay. So we go options one by one. First, they are saying that it is closed. Let's see why it is closed. So to talk about closeness, first you need a metric space, right? So now they are given a norm. Norm is, this is the definition of norm. Once you're given a norm, how do you define the distance? So take a two sequences x and y from L2, then its a distance is defined to be, so you see, if mod xn square root 2 is the norm. Similarly, here you take mod xi minus yi the whole square whole power 1 by 2. Okay, this is how you get the metric from a norm. So this is my definition of distance between two sequences in L2. Now I consider this set, our set En. En contains, we just saw these kind of elements. Now I consider two Ei and Ej such that I not equal to j. Okay, then Ei will have 1 at the ith place, and this since j not equal to I, in Ej 1 will be in the different place. Okay, now in the ith place here in Ei you will have 0. In the jth place in Ei you will have 0. Okay, now we calculate the distance between E and Ej. Basically, we are calculating the distance between any two distinct elements of the set S. Okay, you take two distinct elements here. What is the distance between them? Okay, so what is the distance? So norm Ei minus Ej equal to how our distance is defined, x1 minus y1 modulus of x1 minus y1 the whole square plus modulus of x2 minus y2 the whole square, etc., etc. So you see this minus this, modulus of this minus this whole square, that is 0. Modulus of this minus this whole square, that is 0. So when you keep going, you will come at the ith step, that you will get modulus of xi minus yi the whole square. Similarly, you get modulus of xj minus yj the whole square whole power 1 by 2. All the remaining summands will be 0 because both the places you will have 0, 0, 0 and so on, except these two places. Okay. So we get modulus of 1 minus 0 whole square plus modulus of 0 minus 1 the whole square whole power 1 by 2. That is basically root 2. Therefore, we conclude that distance between any two point Ei and Ej in this set in this set S is root 2. Okay, so this is our conclusion. Any two points has distance, any two distinct points has distance root 2 in the set S. Okay, now using this observation, we are going to prove that it is closed and it is bounded. Again, using this observation alone, we are going to prove that it is not compact also. Okay, so always remember this distance, this argument, it is very important. Even this problem asked once in NBHM interview also. Okay, so we want to prove that this set is closed. So how do you prove a set is closed? We prove that it contains all its limit points. But what we are going to show is we prove that this set contains no limit points. Why this set contains no limit points? See, each point is stays away from others by root 2 distance. So basically points are like this. In this En, if you look at, so points are discrete. That's what this statement, this equality says. Distance between each distance is stay away from 1 by root 2 distance. Therefore, so anyway, we rigorously prove why it doesn't have a limit point. So basically, we take a limit point and we prove that we get a contradiction. Then it will imply that it has no limit point. So a set is closed if it contains all its limit points. If it doesn't contain any limit point, then it's vacuously closed set. Okay, vacuously we say it is a closed set. So I take a limit point of the set yes. Okay, this should be yes. In the problem, I think they are given the name. It is yes, yeah, and then. So what is the definition of limit point in a metric space? If it is a limit point, then you can find a sequence in this set. See, x is a limit point of the set here, yes. Therefore, you can find a sequence in the set S such that this sequence converges to x. Okay, that is the definition of equivalent definition of limit point. Okay, now this is a sequence in which each point itself is a sequence. So it is a basically it is a sequence convergence in L2. Okay, now the elements itself is a sequence, that is fine. Elements converges to the point x. Of course, x is also a sequence. Okay, sequence converges to another sequence. Okay, now so En1, En2 are all elements of the set S, and this sequence converges to x. What does it mean? So this point, this sequence somehow should goes more and more and more and more close to x. Okay, but what we proved is any two point here has distance root 2 between them. Okay, if you have a sequence and any two point distance between any point is root 2, then how it can converges to x? If it converges to x, then it should be like it should go, the sequence should goes more and more closer and go to x. Okay, if the sequence are going in equal interval, then it cannot go equal, going in equal distance, then it cannot go and converges to x. Okay, therefore this is not possible, the convergence is not possible, therefore there is no such sequence, therefore x is not a limit point. Okay, so the set has no limit point, therefore the set is, if it has no limit point, basically that means that it is a discrete set. Discrete sets are the precisely the sets which doesn't have limit points. So there are various definition, limit points, accumulation points, then others points, things like that. But we stick to the definition of limit point from Principles of Mathematical Analysis, Rudin. Okay. Okay. So x is discrete and hence it is closed. Anyway, we proved that it has no limit point, therefore it is closed. Okay. Next, let's verify why it is bounded. So to prove bounded, we calculate the norm of each element of the set S. Okay. So what is the definition of norm? Norm x equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity mod xn square whole power 1 by 2. So norm EI equal to, so at only one place you will get 1, everywhere else 0, because EI is a sequence such that ith place you have 1, everywhere else you get 0, right? Therefore you get norm equal to 1 from this definition. So norm x equal to 1 for all x belongs to S, right? Because all the EIs have norm 1. S consists of precisely all the EIs. Therefore, norm x equal to 1 for all x belongs to S. So, if every element of x S has a norm 1 means x is basically bounded. You can say inside the L2, you look at the unit square, sorry, unit circle. The the points of S are actually lying in the unit circle. Okay, so therefore it is bounded. Okay, now we got it is closed and bounded. We're going to prove that it is not compact. So already it is interesting because in the R power n, you know that closed and bounded implies compactness. Okay, so also what we know, compact implies closed, compact implies bounded. All these things we know, but in general, closed and bounded doesn't implies compact. This one example you should know, yeah, very clearly. Why closed and bounded doesn't imply compact? For that, you can consider this example. For example, our set S is one such set. This is closed, bounded, but not going to be compact. Okay. Another example would be you consider a infinite set with a discrete metric space. Then it will be closed and bounded. The argument is exactly what we have proved here, and it won't be compact again for the same reason what we're going to prove here. Okay. Okay, so let's see why it is not compact. Compact means every open cover should have a finite subcover. So we construct a open cover which doesn't have a finite subcover. Okay, that will show that X is not compact. So consider X with a subspace topology. So you see X is a subset of L2 and L2 is a non-linear space, or you can just L2 is, you can just thought of as a metric space also. Then you look at the subset, and in this subset you look at the subspace topology. Now you draw the neighborhood of radius 1. Okay, again somehow I changed to X. I should use S. This is also wrong. This is also yes. Okay, so you consider S subset of L2, and I draw, so consider S with a subspace topology. By that I mean now my metric space will be just a S and a D. Okay, so recollect that S contains set of all EI. Okay, so now this is my metric space with the metric coming from the norm on L2. Now in this metric space, I look at a point EI and consider a open ball center at EI of radius 1. Then this neighborhood will contain only EI, because in the set S, any two distinct points have distance root 2. Root 2 is strictly greater than 1. So if you draw a neighborhood of radius 1, it will have only singleton EI. Okay. Therefore, singleton EI is a open set. Okay. Now you consider set of all these open neighborhoods of radius 1 where I belongs to n. Okay, so this is an open cover. This is a collection of open set in this metric space S comma D, and this forms an open cover for X because each of these contains singleton EI and I varies over natural number. So I varies over natural number. EI is precisely our set EI. Correct? I belongs to n. Therefore, each is a open set and union of this open set cover our set S. Therefore, this is an open cover for our set S. And if you look at a finite collection of these sets, it will give me only finitely many EIs. Correct? Because each of them is a single set. And if you take union of finitely many single sets, you will get finitely many set only. So this open cover, if you consider any finite subcover, it will be a finite set. But this is an infinite set. Therefore, you cannot have a finite subcover for this open cover. Therefore, what we conclude is this our set S is not compact. Okay, so again wherever I wrote X, please change it to S, and I hope it is fine. Therefore S is not compact. So we get an example of a set which is closed and bounded but not compact. Okay, now let's go to the options. So we saw it is closed, we saw it is bounded, we saw it is not compact. Now fourth option is they are saying it contains a convergent subsequence. So that also we saw. Any 2 points in this set are of distance root 2 apart. Once the points are distance root 2 apart, you cannot find a convergent subsequence inside that. Therefore, last option also false. Okay. So again in the L2 metric itself, there are many problems asked in the CSAR problem. If you understand the argument given in this problem, you can pretty well solve the other problems also. Okay. Okay guys, I hope you understand. I will meet you guys with some other problem. Take care. See you.